My name's Kat Gutko, and I am the resident photographer for Picture in beautiful Cape Town, South Africa. And today we are going to be talking about models and what I didn't realize about models and stock before I started shooting for stock. And what I've learned since. Number one, you are in control of the direction of the whole shoot, everything from concept to execution to post-production. When it comes to finding a location that you have to pay for or that you have to arrange with someone out of their usual hours, or if someone has to come and supervise you, you need to be very sure that you have a backup plan or that you have made provisions for if someone is late or if something happens, that you can then shoot longer than you've booked the space for. You can see in this picture of a guy in an office. That was one of my first shoots that I did for Picture, and I had rented this big office space for an hour, but they arrived, I think, 45 minutes late. So we only got to the shoot 45 minutes late, which left us with 15 minutes. So I had to ask for extra time, and it was a bit of a problem, but they did end up staying open late for me. But it was a Saturday, and the guy had taken time out of his Saturday and his family to come, so time for him was also an issue. So these things you do need to talk to people beforehand so that everyone's well prepared for the eventuality that something may happen like this. So I ended up paying for another hour, and they did keep the business park open for that extra hour, which was really helpful, and we did manage to get some great pictures. I also had another shoot where on the morning of the shoot, as some of my models arrived, 2 people cancelled and they didn't come to the shoot. So I then had to ask the one model, Aiden, if he had a friend that would like to join. And luckily this guy that had dropped him off was available and was keen to join. So he came back and joined us for the shoot, which was amazing. So there was supposed to be 4 models originally, but I ended up having 3 and it worked so well. We used Aiden's car because we were supposed to use other people's car that didn't come. So I just made a plan on the day and the images came out really great, like you can see here, and I loved them. Another point on that is the weather. So on the morning, the weather was terrible, overcast, a little bit drizzly even, I think. And you can see it in that first picture, but then in the second picture, beautiful sunny day, and they turned out really well, which was amazing. So also, if you have issues getting models, you want to turn to family and friends. That's what I've done in the past. You can see this picture of this family in the car, and they arrived and it was a last minute shoot, and I had gone to see my family and I was like, oh, hey, we can use my family's house and their driveway, and the images came out so beautifully. So it was really nice to have that to lean back on, and it was lots of fun as well because I know them, which was great. And number 2, since then, I've learned always to have a backup plan, whether that is to do with models, your location, or your weather. You just want to make sure that you have those backup plans so that everyone on the shoot on the day is happy. You also want to try paying your subjects. This gives them incentive to get out of bed on those cold, rainy days where they don't really want to. You can also offer them pictures as a trade, which has been very helpful for me. People always arrive because they're so excited to get pictures. And you can also use your network. Use that social media network to find people. You never know who's going to be interested. Once I've found someone, I have a generic email that I have set up with everything pre-written out that I just forward to people that are interested so that they have all of the details about Picture, about the shoot, and then they can make their decision whether they want to be involved or not. And on this form, I include things for them to answer like name, contact details, age, race, sex, hidden talents, or interesting things. You never know. That person that you just know as a mother could also drum on the weekends, and that could be interesting for a stock shoot. You also want to remember that stock is not just happy. You want to have relatable and inclusive images, like this one of me feeling the feels during COVID. You also want to communicate with your models. You want to conceptualize your shoot with a mood board, send that out to models, all of your suppliers, stylists, makeup artists, all of that, to make sure that everyone is on the same page in the lead up to the day and on the day of the shoot. And if there's any issues before the shoot, you want to clear those up. You also want to use real subjects like this mother and daughter here getting coffee. It really helps to solidify the genuine feel of photos. Number 5, very important, release forms. You want to include it in your initial contact, whether that's an email or sending it via social media, but I usually include details about the shoot and about Picture so that they know exactly what they're getting into, and then they can make the call from there whether they want to be involved. I tell them not to fill it out now, but that they can look through it, and then I'll bring a copy on the day, and I bring a printed copy because people don't have scanners and printers anymore, and it's just so much better for them to sign it on the day. You get it in your hand, and then you have all the documents that you need after the shoot, and everyone is happy.